I remember after this girl ended up getting off the bed and leaving after we did the Devil's Tango. I remember I ended up standing up and taking a quick look around. And when I looked inside the closet, I realized that there was a military uniform in there. And boy, what ended up happening next was insane. Yo, what's going on, you guys? My name is Bubba, and welcome back to another insane story. So this story all takes place back in my grade 12 year. Now in grade 12, this is actually the month after I graduated high school. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I had really no idea what I was doing. I didn't know what I wanted to do in the future, nor did I know what the future held for me. But while I did not know what to do with my future, I'm not gonna lie to you, around this time, I ended up just working a basic job at a restaurant. And there was a day where after my shift at the restaurant, I ended up getting a phone call from one of my friends. He ended up calling me saying, Bubba, bro, dude, we're going to a party that's happening literally close to your work. I was wondering if you want to pull up. Yeah, sure. I don't see why not. I'm almost done my shift anyways. Okay, bet, bro. I'll see you there. And one thing led to another. He ended up sending me the address and I decided to go. I remember I actually quickly went home as well. Even though it was close to my work, I went home and got dressed into something more normal because I don't want to smell like restaurant food while at the party. And when I finally decided to get in my car and drove down there, I realized that this party that we went to was actually a lot of people that I recognized from high school. So I remember that I thought this was pretty refreshing and pretty exciting because obviously, don't get me wrong, I don't like high school for the homework, but for the people, I mean, let's be real here, it's fun to just hang out and just have a good time. So I ended up going in there, basically going into my last high school party that I'll ever probably go to. And I remember as I was walking around seeing people, I realized that there were also people that I never actually met before. So I ended up just going around single and mingling the usual until I met this one girl. Now there was a girl at this party and I'm not gonna lie, she was someone I did not recognize, but she seemed like she was there with some friends that she knew. And I remember I waited for the moment when she ended up leaving her friends to walk up to her and say, hey, how's it going? I'm Bubba. Oh, hey, how are you? Oh, I'm good. I was just wondering, I've never seen you before. Did you go to my high school? Oh, no, I just live with someone that actually used to go to your high school. Oh, okay, cool. Now, when she said live with someone that went to my high school, I thought it was probably some girl that she was a roommate with. So I didn't think much of it. But boy, do I wish I did. Because I remember me and her, we ended up basically getting along. And the whole time at that party, I ended up just basically rizzing this girl up the entire time. It got very noticeable to the other girls too that I was basically trying to go for this girl. So they all ended up backing off. And well, one thing led to another. It got to the point where it got really late into the night. And me and her, we were getting pretty wasted to the point where she said, hey, do you want to maybe take a taxi back to my place? Are you inviting me over? Yeah, it'll be so fun. You should actually just come over. I mean, I could. Yeah, I don't see why not. I'm not going to drive home. So I remember we ended up calling a cab and we actually ended up leaving the party an hour early. It was around 12 at night. And I remember me and her, once we got inside this taxi, we ended up basically driving down all the way to her place. And she lived in a pretty nice neighborhood. I'm not going to lie, for a person that's just graduating high school, it's pretty rare to see them living on their own or living with a roommate. So seeing her actually live in a really nice place at the age of just 19, 18, it was actually kind of mind blowing. So I remember me and her, we ended up basically going in front of this crazy building and we ended up entering inside and it was the fanciest thing ever. I remember we ended up basically going straight to her living room couch and me and her, we sat down and started talking a little bit and she started going on about something where she said, oh, Bubba, you don't understand. I've been feeling so lonely recently and I feel I just don't get appreciated the way I should. What do you mean? Well, you know that feeling where you feel forgotten? Honestly, it just hurts. Well, I don't know about anyone else, but I know one thing's for sure. I wouldn't forget you. Now, I kind of snuck in some riz there, trying to play my cards right. And well, one thing led to another. She really ended up liking that to the point where she actually ended up hopping on top of me. And while me and her, we ended up doing the Devil's Tango, which I would be lying if I said I wasn't surprised about, because let's be real here. If a girl invites you over to her home, chances of her wanting to do it is pretty high. Going on with the story though, I remember it got to a point where me and her, we ended up staying up till 2 in the morning. And around 2 in the morning, she ended up actually getting up and actually going to her bedroom. Apparently I wasn't allowed in the bedroom for some reason. So I was okay, whatever, it's fine. And I ended up laying on the couch, just passing out, or at least trying to, until out of nowhere, I ended up hearing noises coming from the bedroom. Now I'm a very observant person. So obviously me, filled with curiosity of what was going on, I ended up getting off the couch and kind of going towards her bedroom, trying to listen in to see what that noise was. When I put my ear up against the door, I ended up hearing noises of her saying, babe, I really miss you. I really want you to come home. I really just want you back. It's been so hard without you. At this moment, when I heard her say the word babe, that's when I started to get worried, because I did not expect this girl to have a boyfriend. And also, why would she want me over if she has a boyfriend? You know what I'm saying? And also, how did he not show up at the party? There were so many questions going through my mind at this moment that I didn't understand how this was going on. So what I decided to do was basically take a quick look around the apartment apartment to see if there was any place I could hide if her boyfriend did come home, because God knows I did not want to deal with him. But the craziest thing ended up happening when I looked around, and that she ended up coming out of her bedroom and she ended up seeing me saying, "Oh, hey Bubba, I was just curious, do you want to maybe go for round 2? I mean, sure, yeah, I'm down. Okay, well, let me just quickly go to the bathroom." And while she went to the bathroom and locked the door, right away when I heard that lock turn, I instantly went inside her bedroom and I saw her closet was wide open, and in there was a military uniform. Now, when I saw this, I looked at it and thought, oh my goodness, wait, she's in the army? But then I actually started to look closer at it and I realized that it was not her uniform because it didn't have her last name on it. So I started to freak out and I'm like, wait a minute, her boyfriend is in the military? Now, I'm not gonna lie, that gave me like some relaxation, which is bad to say because I should not be relaxed at all in this situation because the girl's cheating on her military boyfriend. But I will say this, it was good to know that he wasn't coming home anytime soon. But then afterwards, I ended up looking around the bedroom and I saw there was like photos of them and everything, and like times where he like ended up graduating from basic training. And honestly, I started to feel really bad because while I was doing the Devil's Tango with his girl, he was serving our country. I'm not gonna lie, I felt like a major loser after knowing this and running this through my head, to the point where I ended up seeing her come into the bedroom and say, "Oh, like, what are you doing in here? Why are you in my bedroom?" And I looked at her and said, "Honestly, I think I'm just gonna go." "Wait, Bubba, can we talk about this?" "No, I just want to leave. I'm gonna be honest with you." And at that moment, I went right through those doors, left her building, and to be honest, I ended up actually walking home. I took a long walk and just thought about the choices I made that day, and I realized that maybe I gotta be more careful with the women that I decide to do the Devil's Tango with, because let's be real here, I was not proud of my choices that day at all. But you guys gotta be honest with me, okay? Like, would you guys do what I did and basically do the Devil's Tango with a woman that had a boyfriend in the military? If not, then just follow for more embarrassing stories just like this one. Peace out, guys.